Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Look at this. We got the sun shining, a nice breeze. We've got Ron Nicoletti, Brian Nato, and myself all day for 11 races. And Brian, it's a fun day today. Some really good turf racing action, some nice maidens, and it'll be a lot of fun. Great racing all around today.
I agree. Good overnight handicap. A little bit later on, the Black Diamond Cat with the gang all being here. Hades and Catalytic, so that'll be fun as well. Rainbow Six is building. Great day of racing. Great weekend of racing across the country with championship meet horses front and center. And here's the Rainbow. Ronnie was back yesterday, and he'll take another crack at it today as it grows. Of course, we paid it out last Sunday, $50,000.
Yeah, they fired away yesterday in that Rainbow, which was good to see. And
sure was.
I mean, I'm just kind of shocked. The horse in the finale, I guess he finally got brave and decided he wanted to win. So good job to everybody that hit it. Still paid pretty decent, even with a very heavy favorite in the finale. But a few pick fives to get through today, and we'll start it off with this guy to the left of me's early pick five.
Can't read my writing, so this is
I can't either. Nobody can.
Nobody can. $60 early pick five. There we go. I made it all the way to like the 7th round of scratches today. Our buddy Robles was texting furiously as we came on the air. I had no changes at all, but the last one he sent got me. But it's not in this early pick five. That's good. Race 2 is a big spread. My long shot's a 3, Frosty Bell. Race number 3, I'm down on the inside, the 1, Smokin' Jack Flash. Race 4, I've got the 10 towards the outside on Grand Sticker. And in race 5, the 6, Coach Kane, I think is in a good spot today. We'll show you a replay there. $60, a little more than normally we would go at it, but like I said, I have my long shot in this sequence. It's a big day, and there's some value in the other races as well.
I like it. Well, let's get it going here in the opener. 12-5, maiden claimers, 6.5 furlongs on that fast main track. And just note, speed was not coming back yesterday at all. So we got a lot of rain this week. That's great for the track, but both of us on the 1, Boombox Betty, she looks the one as she's back on the main track, a dry track.
She's just the right, fresh new face in here, right? She hasn't run on the main track since her debut, and she caught a buzzsaw. Just draw a line through it. She finally showed signs of life in her last start with a quote-unquote big figure. Ronnie Spatz is going to put her back on the main track. Who is she supposed to be scared of in this kind of race?
Nah, nobody. You're not afraid of Navita. Princess Honor. What do you do with her?
If Navita is the second choice on the morning line at 2-1, and maybe I'm way wrong, I don't know, but you're in a good spot.
Yes.
Right, if you're the one. Princess Honor, if nothing else, she's, well, here's the problem. She might be inside speed again. That's what happened to her last time. 2 starts ago, she got loose, and you saw how well she ran. The cutback's not going to hurt her. The question is anybody going to pester her from the outside? If they don't, and what we saw yesterday, she said it perfectly, nobody came back yesterday, and it did not matter how fast they went. Get to the front. You're going to last.
Yep, she's definitely a fringe player in the track profile, how it was. Now, race number 2, 2-year-olds, $35,000 maiden claimers. This is 5 furlongs. It will kick off that tropical turf pick 3, races 2, 5, and 11 today. I've got a $36 play here, just too deep for me in this opening leg. We'll get into it. Race number 5, a little bit later. 2-year-old's going to stretch out 2 turns. I've got my long shot. That's the number 2, Supreme Honor. And in the finale, whoa, what a race it is. I do have the 5 on top, flag officer for Antonio Sano. So $36 play. This always pays so well. A good one to kick it off as well. The also eligible 18, the 13, not 18. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Velvet Rage is out, and Cipriano Gill will ride the number 9, Lil Gussie. And we'll run back your pick 4. Where'd you started off with the 3? All right, Frosty Bell, second out.
Yep, second out here. We're going to try turf today. They paid some money for the sire Sweet on the Ladies. No idea, to be perfectly honest. Stands for $1,500. They paid $23,000. This horse ran okay.
Yeah, not bad.
On debut. Giant switch to Leonel Reyes today. Or excuse me, to Edgar Perez today, excuse me. That's a big deal. I expect better. I expect tighter. I expect a more forward breaking horse, and another race where you're allowed to kind of be creative, I think.
Yeah, the 5 who I have on top with not, I mean, I just kind of, you did what I am doing. You did the opposite of what I'm doing. Lady Rockula, she just is going to, I'm not a fan of connects on the grass course, but she just has that 2-race experience that helps.
Yeah.
And we'll look at a stat from the Carlos David barn. You found this.
Yep, and I updated it too
yeah,
now because
look at
after
that.
two
Wow.
two L's yesterday, 1 for 15. This is a
Wow.
prolific barn, comfortably in the 20s, sometimes the higher 20s, sometimes the 30%. 1 for 15 the past 22 days. Take note.
Well, not a great sign here, but she's one that if she can show any bit of speed, she could be a big player in a spot like that. And the rest of the field from there just kind of gets a little bit iffy. I think it's good to go with a horse that has some experience, but Lil Gussie does not.
Dave Fox on debut,
Yeah.
27%. First turf, 24%. 2-year-olds, 24%. A lot of positives here. You know, this Baronia now is the one that I mentioned yesterday.
Yes.
She was in the maiden special weight last Friday when we canceled.
maiden claim.
On the rail. Drops her out of there, in for 35 today. So I wonder if this horse has a little bit of an ability and she gets off the rail where she was drawn last week. That Turf Bullet on August 15th says she's fast.
Yeah, that's a good horse to take note of, and great point there. And Mendelssohn, 14% with Turf Sprint, so right there in front of you. Race 3, 17-5, non-winners of 2, lifetime 5 furlongs on the Tapeta track. It's a middle pick 5 and a fantastic pick 5 to get involved in. I have got a ticket here. I don't really feel too strongly in this sequence, Brian. I felt like I could have, I don't know. I have some untrustworthy horses, I feel like. Race number 4, the 7, Alanis is my best bet today. With the way, we'll get into that in a second. Race 5, that is the second leg of the Tropical Turf. Pick 3, Supreme Honor, like I mentioned, is my long shot. I need 2s here. Race 6, the 5 is my top pick. Bet Stormy, but also Sal's Dream Girl, who you got home at a big price last time. Race 7 was scratched down, and that made it even more confusing, I felt like, Brian. But I do have the 2 Adios now on top. It's an $18 play in this third race here. The gang is kind of all here. Gallant Knight and Hot Take Jake teamed up last time out. Well, you're not going with that, so let's start with Smokin' Jack Flash.
Yeah, I'm not going with those kinds of horses.
Yeah, we'll show you why in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Smokin' Jack Flash has got experience against winners, which Gallant Knight doesn't, and Hot Take Jake doesn't either. And the winner's race was for a quarter, 2 starts back. It was a good effort. Didn't happen last time when broke slowly from the rail on the turf, but to be perfectly honest, he didn't disgrace himself either. At 30-1, he beat a horse and he was only 7 1/4 lengths behind. I like this guy today. I think he's in a good spot today.
I'm glad you have Coercive in the mix too, because this horse is taking a nice necessary drop, and now third start on the form cycle. That day, July 5th, I still think it was such a speed favoring Tapeta Day, Brian.
Wow, the pace of this race looks hellacious. Up front. We'll show you Gallant Knight and Hot Take Jake in a second. Your horse and my horse are the 2 flow horses in this spot.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at Gallant Knight and Hot Take Jake. Because they threw down last time. Now, that was 2 starts back for Gallant Knight, or for Hot Take Jake, pardon me. And Gallant Knight, when you go to the bench after a win like this at the end of June, it's not a good sign. They've gelded him since then, though.
Yeah, I don't like that either, because there's just a slew of races. Now, he has been gelding, gelded, as you said, so maybe that's got something to do with the spacing, and that's a good thing. You don't want to see him, coming back 3 weeks later or anything like that. But they only know one way to go. Hot Take Jake is on the outside. You got Rusty Pistol in the middle of them. They're gonna fly. You got Wazamata for you as well, back sprinting on the Tapeta. Wild splits are to me coming at you in this spot.
But it's good to look for horses that can possibly close in a spot like this. Race 4, it is a middle pick 4. Ron Nicoletti is not only Rainbow Ron, he's also middle pick 4 Ron.
Yep.
We'll look at his ticket really quick before we get into this 1.70-mile Tapeta claimer. $18.
Yeah, no singles for Ronnie, so he's spreading a little bit. So it's obviously his best bet's not in here. $18, a ticket, and this is a good one as well. The pools have been very, very healthy throughout.
Yes, it absolutely has. Now, this race here, we scratched the number 4, Raina Mar, in a spot like this, and you went to the 10 grand sticker off a little bit of a freshening up.
I'm going to give this horse another chance.
Okay.
I don't know why. Maybe she was not very good last time at 11-10. But there is a drop. You look at it, Trumpetta. You got her home the other day, and the runner-up, Older Close, came back to win too. I like that race. I like this post, and she still does have upside. She's trying to get back to the monster win. 3 starts back. Okay, over her head, 2 starts back. Showed some signs of life last start. Maybe it kind of meets in the middle here today. I'm more excited to hear about your pick because this is a very bold best bet for you.
Yeah, well, we'll look at the replay here. Alanis, she did every bit of the hard work in this race. Now, this was run in a driving rainstorm, this race here. She was sent very hard and aggressively on the front end, which I don't mind that on a day that we got rain like this. And I thought she ran exceptionally well. I thought first time going 2 turns, it was a great effort here. She got a little tired down the lane as she was just kind of moping along there. But my point of this is Sevilla and Lady O'Brien, you do not need here, I don't think.
Agree with
that. I think you just need Alanis. And, hey, maybe I'm not saying we'll be able to wire here, but I think that will be close, in which that's where I want her.
Well, Roger's going to put her in front. I don't think there's any doubt about that. The question is, what's Rogers Park going to do?
Well, that's what I was wondering about,
Bad posts, and Elijah Green, it's good to see him get a win the other day. He's going to have to go to negate the wide draw, and that might be a problem for your horse. But you're right. All things considered, kind of reading between the lines and looking at the race, she did run better than maybe just a well-beaten third it would indicate.
Right, exactly, and that's why it's good to watch replays, although on the Tapeta sometimes it doesn't matter. Race 5. This is a good one. It's a maiden special weight event, 1 mile on the grass course. Rails are at 66 feet today by the way here. And we have a scratch of the 7 David Pepperman. That was a little bit late, so make sure you've got that here. The 6 Coach Kane for you, as we can show the replay because Coach Kane and Sir Cross Traffic teamed up last time.
Yeah, Sir Cross Traffic was probably going to pass.
Yeah,
Coach
I think
Kane
so too.
was definitely going to pass Coach Kane. Yeah, he had a world of trouble. Neither of these horses. This was a very wonky race. I had the horse. I had a long shot on the 1 who was going to lead the race, who was going to be loose in this race. Took a left turn at the start with Edgar Zayas, and that allowed Redland Rebels, for being Cone, Patrick just having a otherworldly year, to get loose and just drum the field here, wired on the front end. But both of the underneath horses, especially Sir Cross Traffic, ran well. I just kind of feel like Coach Kane now in a truer run race with just 6 horses after the scratch is going to get all the best of it in this spot, because I don't feel like he was able to show what he could do last time. Yeah,
that's fair. And I didn't use him in my Tropical Turf pick 3. I didn't really think it was conducive to anything. My notes on this horse last time out was might be a Forever Maiden. Now, that's being a little bit harsh, but that was just initial thoughts. Supreme Honor, I want to show this replay. Supreme Honor at Kozalite, because Supreme Honor is he's put together 2 really nice horses, and this is a lighter colt, a lighter son of Curlin's Honor. He's the 4. Kozalite is a complete different bodied horse. Now, Kozalite has that kind of cheaper, higher knee action, but you look at the way the 4 travels, I think this horse is going to run all day long on the grass. This horse ran really well this day, Brian. The 8, to me, Kozalite, I don't think you need this horse. This horse, to me, it just seems more of a dirt grinder and just maybe too heavy for the grass. I don't see it going 2 turns with the Kozan.
The only thing I've got to add is they just essentially dueled around the track together last time. Well, why is it going to be any different today? The scratch of David Pepperman, who I didn't like at all, a lot of speed comes out of this race. It probably makes your job and Coastal Light's job a little easier on the front end. But you got Castle, who absolutely ran off last time. I think the flow, even though we just got 6 of them in here, the flow of this race still looks pretty honest to me between the 2, 4, and the 5.
Yeah, we'll find out. It's good to have a race under your belt for sure with going these 2 turns on the grass course. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have the Ronnie Rainbow. Rainbow Ron.
Not middle pick 4 Ron.
Not middle pick 4 Ron in the $50,000 estimate in the pool. We'll be right back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Samantha Perry and Brian Nadeau with you on this fantastic Saturday afternoon. We have 11 races on this card at sunny South Florida Gulfstream Park. We've got Ronnie Rainbow's Pick 6 ticket with $50,000 estimate in that pool. We'll take a quick look at his ticket here, Brian. I'll let you talk us through it.
Yep, we'll see what we got going on. Oh, he stepped it up a little bit.
I like it.
57.60 as he's back this weekend, 4 deep in this opening leg. I tend to agree with that. You can see the single in race 10. He's on Hades in that race. That's a good one. That's the Black Diamond Cat, excuse me. Hades, who, we'll show it to you. Hades and Catalytic going back at it again. And then 4 deep in a finale on the turf. I wonder if he's got his long shot in there because that's usually his jam. So he's going 4 deep in that spot. 57.60, which is a definite step up. That's $14 more than $14.40 more than normal. No
quit
chance
that.
on
Quit.
that. Yeah.
No.
I was kind of just flexing my muscles.
Yeah, we don't teach math in Oklahoma. All right, race
Trying to impress you.
6. Well, you do it every day. Don't worry, buddy. A mile and 70 yards on the Tapeta here. We have a scratch of the number 8 Double Cosmo Girl, but a full field regardless. The 10 for you on top, Mi Amore. First off the claim.
Yeah, first off the claim for Cordero. Not a big sample or a big move, but I like the form here.
Yeah.
I'm leery of your top pick, who's clearly the horse to beat.
I don't blame
this
you.
horse has got good form 2 races in a row now, and I think you're allowed to ask and wonder maybe where the form of Bet Stormy is.
Well, that's fair because Bet Stormy in her last 2 starts was not so great. Now she's back with claimers, which is where she belongs. But hey, I mean, kudos to the connections because she was still picking up some checks, so that's a good sign. But she didn't really run all that great on the grass, or maybe it was just the level here. But yeah, she could be very vulnerable here.
Yeah, we got a stat. It's a good
what
one.
Is this?
I mean, you're right. She's never been in this light with DeBona in 4 starts. You see 20s and you see optional claimers. This is big. I mean, he's 33% at 2-1 or less, and I assume this horse is going to be 2-1 or less in this spot,
this
right?
This is a specific stat. I liked this.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
And Bobby, some guys you might worry, what's going on here in this drop. Bobby's going to put them where they can win. It's one of the reasons why he's such a high percentage. This is clearly your horse to beat, but if you feel she could be a little vulnerable, then you can go elsewhere.
Yeah, it's one of those races that could maybe get a little funky, or you could read too far into it, and it's just gonna give you a headache. Now, race 7, talk about a race giving you a headache. This one with the scratches made it even more impossible for me. 6.5 on the dirt. 2 scratches, the 1 Super Watts and the 3 Christensen. Will quickly show my late pick 5 ticket before we get into this here. And I'm singling Hades. That's my key. This is a lot, and you can zip down. Maybe race 7 I can talk to you about and cut a horse out. I'm not going to do the maths on that, but maybe that's the one. But Hades on top for me. I do like Lightning Tones. I dropped him. Didn't want to double that ticket. But we'll get into this one now. As I said, the scratches have really condensed this field, And it's a guessing game to me, and the 2 Adios now on top for you.
Yeah, I kind of think he's going to win here.
I hope.
He's the best horse here. He can dirt, he can Tapita, he can do anything, and he can run fast too.
That's
and I don't know who else in here can run consistently fast. We don't have any worries about changing barns because Jose Castro's done a really good job with him in 2 starts.
Yeah.
You know, he sniffed Trace Coronas. Now, you want to nitpick a little. Raging Fury didn't run yesterday, right?
Not at all. But that's got me backed off this horse a little bit.
Yeah, but this race clearly goes through him without a doubt.
Yeah, and he's back at a spot where when he was in this, granted it was on the Tapita, it was a really, really sharp victory. The 5. This horse, Persistent Danger, now coming over, brings a lot of speed to this party, and this is one to watch out for.
This is a dangerous horse. I wouldn't fall over if they can't bet enough on this horse
agree.
Because here's a new shooter into a good barn, Laura Cazares, good summer, obviously, racing at Monmouth Park on the main track. Very, very good form. This horse won a race at Aqueduct, too. He's slow on paper. Laura does a good job, and not that we saw it, but he looked like he was feeling pretty good on August 20th up at Palm Meadows, rolling along with a bullet.
Yeah,
so pay attention here.
I think he's just a must-use in a race like that. Now, race 8, these are state-bred maiden runners here. 6.5 furlongs on the main track. We have a scratch of the 8, My Favorite Bird, that came in late. Really like that horse today.
That was my top pick.
Oh, yeah. So here's your late pick 4.
Yeah, here's my late pick 4. Just go too deep with I'm going to assume the 2 favorites in here. I was both trying, or at least playing against, at least on top. I was using them, but I'm playing against on top. In race 9, I've got the 10 on there all the way to the outside. Zozon. Late double, that's a 4x4 double. I feel like Hades and Catalytic are vulnerable. I don't love my pick, Ray Lampado Verde, but I did put him on top. I wanted to pick Lightning Tones. I couldn't quite make him off the comeback. And in race number 11, that is a spread race too. That's a rainbow kind of making race, I think. Chase Sloan on top for me, the 4 horse on a drop at the proper level. He's going to be a big, big threat in there.
Absolutely. So this race here, it doesn't get much easier. Just the 3 and the 6 for you. We'll show the replay of Wayne's Law here. This horse dueled really hard on the front end first time out.
Yeah, and so Di Giuseppe wins the race at evens for Team B and Cone. This horse is 5-2 now in the face and the teeth of an even money winning favorite who came back to run pretty. He ran well to win the Proud Man?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
This horse ran well, and he took all the worst of it the entire way around. Conversely, today we're going to expect speed from the 3, Mischievous Milo. He's on the outside. Good spot to be today.
Yeah, Mischievous Milo is a guessing game here. The dam won first time out, and all 3 of the Florida Sire Stakes swept them. Yep. All siblings, though, are winless first time out, which I find interesting.
And she's being kind. Dreadful is really the word.
Yeah.
Not good at all. Very interesting, right? Because, as you said, Mom was a real runner. Won her debut, too. Mike's going to work him fast. Mike's got a way with these Cajun breezes. He does such good work with Stonehenge, who's won a slew of Sire Stakes. We get to see them next Saturday. Watch the board here. This horse is supposed to be very, very live and bet very hard in this spot.
Yep, I agree completely. Now, race number 9, it's $6,250 claimer, 7 furlongs on the main track here. We have a clean field of 10, but the number 9, Nerves of Steel, will be ridden by Miguel Vasquez. And the number 10, Zozan, on top for you, brings the speed to the party, which is a good sign.
Look at Vasquez on the 10, Zozan. This is his pickup out.
Oh.
Ray Lou, it looks like he's off today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's your horse to beat. You know, I'm not saying I love this pick. I'm not saying that there's anything, fun about this pick. He's going to be a short number. Yep. This is the house horse. He just won at the level. Safi's telling you, if you want to claim him, you go right ahead. Yep. But I'm going to be favored to win a good, solid purse here and move on down the line. So they got to beat this horse. Great post for this horse as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cross Hayes still as well. Just one that's always in the mix. Bird Wildcat, the 5 is a horse that could maybe get loose. The underneath horse, Lace Up, finish behind your top pick.
A lot of speed in here. I think it flatters Lace Up off the claim for Freddie LeBeau, a reclaim as well. A lot of speed in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Race 10, this is our feature race, and boy, is it a good one. 1 mile and a 16, so short stretch. finish line here. Rajiv Mirage will pick up the number 1 Hades, which is awesome for the connections, and I mean for him. And the 2 Las Olas will be ridden by Luis
Fuenmeyer, yeah. Pete's upstairs. He's got a lot of work to do today.
Does,
a lot of jock switches. Edgard's up at Saratoga today with a bunch of live mounts. We wish him well. Amicio, of course.
Did we get a rider for the 5
Yeah, we did get a rider for the 5. It's Yolber Torres.
Thank you.
That's
Yes,
not a bad
that's
thing
right.
because Yolber's doing good work around
Yes.
here. Let's just start with the replay, right?
Yeah, let's show the replay because 3 of these tangled last time. Hades ran an absolute monster race here.
Yeah, it's very rare. I agree with
I know.
the stewards. You had to disqualify Hades here,
yes.
but I want you to pay close attention. I want you to watch this race. I don't think Catalytic was ever going to run by Hades at all. I'm on the 1 today because he's going to be the better of the price of the 3 of them. This is a cutback race. This was a true 1 1/8, okay? A true run race here. I don't think Catalytic, look at him. He's not going by there.
No.
You had to disqualify Hades. I agree with that. There was a lot going on there in the stretch.
Yep.
Don't think it cost Catalytic the win.
Okay.
But it was the right move.
Relampago Verde, who you do have on top. Just the no early foot kind of concerns me here.
I agree, but we just saw what happened last time at 9 furlongs. It's not going to be any different at 8.5 furlongs, okay?
That's fair.
Catalytic, Hades. Raj is picking up Hades. We love Raj. He's an aggressive rider. Hades, going to the front.
Has to.
Try to catch me. Well, Edwin Gonzalez got aboard Catalytic last time, and he gave no quarter at all to Hades. Roar the Beast is in the middle faster than all of them. They're going to go flying up here. And you know what I like? I don't know if we talked to Bobby DeBona about this horse. He's still trying to figure this horse out. This horse showed a little something last time. He hasn't shown anything in his 2 starts. I know he was third, 3 starts back. He didn't run at all that day, though. He just picked up some pieces late when they were struggling home. He finally showed a little fight last time, and he's going to be the best price of the 3 of them, too.
I still think I'm going to bet out on this horse when he gets to the grass here. Laura Min, the last race that he was at 1 1/16 is in the Pacific Classic a little bit later today. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Lightning Tones coming back.
This is the horse I dropped. I just dropped him because of a fitness level.
Yes.
1 1/16 is tough, but and no Lasix with him today. He is a really cool horse. He won the Sunshine Classic. He ran really well in the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Mile as well.
You could make an argument he's the best horse in here.
Yep.
But he didn't run last time. That worries me. He's been freshened since.
Yeah.
That worries me, too. And his lack of speed. I know he's won this race. Don't forget, this is a 2-turn short stretch finish line race. Big problem for a horse like Lightning Tones.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll go. They could go quick enough, but it's just hard. You can run out of real estate. All right, the finale, 17.5 maiden claimers, 1 1/16 on the turf course rails at 66 feet here. It's a clean field of 9, and the 4, Chase Sloan on top. Definitely a huge player here.
Ronnie's got this horse on top, too. I remembered that now.
Yeah.
The last time he had a chance, okay? He didn't have a chance on the turf. Last time he had a chance on the turf was 3 starts back. Throw out the maiden special weight race. The race for 35, yes, it was just against 3-year-olds. It's about as good as anything anybody in here has done, right?
Nope, you're not wrong at all there. I think that these 4 that we have are definitely the ones in the mix for sure. Excuses is a horse that shouldn't appreciate the cutback.
Yeah, I think so, and I think he's the horse to beat with his speed, and they bet him a lot. I just don't really trust your horse to deliver. I mean,
I don't either.
Really good win, a really good run last time.
Yep, and didn't get the win.
If you're rainbowing here, you're supposed to get through with our 4 horses.
You're supposed
right?
to. Yeah, I'm not completely sold on Flag Officer, especially being 0 for 6 on the grass, but that's a gun runner for you.
That's a gun runner. I don't know. Maybe Big Bob tries to wire on try and turf.
Yeah, that one, that higher power, not really grass influence at all. But yeah, if you get loosened here, this is not a race where you can switch gears.
No, and I think Surf 645 is a problem today too because we got the turf now, second off the layoff, barn switch, long layoff. I think he's ready to roll today too.
If this race comes off the grass, you absolutely have to use the 1.
Oh,
absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, for
sure.
if
you know beforehand, and so we're
not going to.
Wait, we're not even going to speculate. We're not meteorologists. All right, we'll get into the lightning round here. A big day of racing all around. Of course, we have Mythical up at Saratoga, which is really fun. But we'll look back on yesterday because we had a jockey secure his first United States win.
Pretty cool. I was looking at the weather. Could be coming later. We'll have to see. But this is Raheem Jassim in his first career win. He's had a lot of success in different parts of the world and some pretty heady races. But this is his first win in the U.S. and pretty cool to see. We've got a good group of apprentices here. Yolbert Torres, I think, leading the way. This is not an apprentice, but I just mean good, younger riders.
Right.
So.
Yep. I agree.
Always good to see.
Yes, and as I alluded to, we just have some huge star power that is on coast to coast, quite literally. Mythical will take on a nice group.
Yeah, Mythical now is
3 wins in a row.
Yep, 3 for 3 for Arundel, the homebred, debuted right here at Gulfstream Park. This will be by far the toughest test of her career in the Grade 1 Spinaway. And later tonight, I believe it's a loose 9-11 in the PM. An awesome Pacific Classic with Nisos, the 3-year-old journalism, runs against older horses for the first time in fierceness. Our Curlin Florida Derby winner from a couple years ago will try to get back on the beam after a very subpar Whitney.
Yeah, I think Todd Pletcher is like 1 for 14 in the last 5 years shipping into Del Mar.
I can't believe they sent him out there.
I'm shocked as well.
Kudos to the connections.
Yeah,
I know
very
they have
awesome.
mine for him tomorrow.
Yep, very exciting stuff. TTP 3 today, Tropical Turf Pick 3, starts in race number 2, 2, 5, and 11. Today, 122 in the PM. Your best bet today, sir?
I just found my long shot. Best bet is Coach Kane. And I needed an aggressive single to end the early pick 5, and it's Coach Kane on the turf there for Team Castle.
All right. Mine is Alon.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Much bolder than mine. Long shot for me is 23, Frosty Bell in race number 2, the 3 for Hank Colasso.
All right, mine is in the 2-year-old race of race 5, Supreme Honor, trying the grass, and 2 turns for the first time. That's it for us. We'll have Ron Nicoletti out in the opener. Pete Aiello upstairs with the scratches and the changes on the card. Good luck today.